Amazon doubles down on its massive investment in Indiana. Why the retail giant plans to build a new $15 billion data center campus, and what it means for jobs and growth in the northern part of the state. Plus,
my racing career prepared me for was I took risks every day of my life.
Indy 500 winner and fan favorite Tony Kanaan on shifting gears from driving in the fast lane to the business side of racing. And
a brand new coffee shop inside a therapy clinic in Fishers is doing more than serving a cup of joe. It's helping teens and adults with disabilities get job ready. We'll tell you what's brewing in the business of health.
Inside Indiana Business is next.
From Indiana's business news leader, this is IBJ Media's Inside Indiana Business with Gary Dick, presented by Elevate Ventures and Indiana University.
Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick. We begin this week with big news, the largest economic development deal in state history. Amazon Web Services announcing plans to invest $15 billion to build data center campuses in Northwest Indiana. At least one of those sites will be in the city of Hobart. Now, Amazon says it is looking at several other sites in the 7-county Northwest Indiana region for the investment, that the company expects to generate some 2,000 construction jobs and 1,100 permanent jobs. Since 2010, Amazon has invested more than $31 billion in the state. And economic development officials say the mega deal represents a vote of confidence for the future of the regional economy.
Our Ignite the Region plan talks about driving towards technology of the future and really continuing to evolve Northwest Indiana's economy, and this really helps to solidify that. We're going to continue to make over 20% of the nation's steel here. We have excellent refining capacity and excellent opportunity around BP, but those companies are going to continue to evolve their story as well, and they're going to need more data-driven solutions and data-driven opportunities.
Amazon is partnering with Maryville-based Northern Indiana Public Service Company to power the new data center campuses through NIPSCO's recently approved subsidiary, Genco. Amazon says it will pay fees to use existing power lines and then cover the cost of any new power infrastructure needed to serve the facilities. Those are moves designed to avoid having ratepayers bear the brunt of additional costs. NIPSCO believes the agreement will generate about $1 billion in cost savings over 15 years to existing electric customers. It represents the largest economic development deal in state history, surpassing only an $11 billion Amazon data center project now currently under development in New Carlisle. That's in St. Joseph County. And you can follow the latest on this developing story at InsideIndianaBusiness.com and right here on the show. Amazon's investment plans in northern Indiana come at a time when the holiday shopping season is beginning to crank up. The National Retail Federation predicting consumers will spend $1 trillion for the first time this holiday season. For insight on that and much more, pleased to be joined by IU Kelley School of Business Marketing and Retail expert John Talbott. And John, it's always great to see you.
Good to see you, Gary.
You mentioned Black Friday this weekend, but you're telling me that kind of Halloween has become the new Black Friday, right?
Yeah, moving back for years now, people have started their shopping earlier, and most people indicate now that they're starting in October, and it's really the turning of the season for people where they change their home decorations. Obviously, costumes and other things like that are part of it, but really it's the start of fall. And it's also the start of the holiday shopping season.
Yeah, big for retailers, certainly around the state of Indiana. From your standpoint, what should consumers expect this holiday shopping season? What's the climate like out there?
Well, I think consumers are careful. The indications, as you said, is that the National Retail Federation expects this to be the largest spend of all time, over $1 trillion. But consumers are cautious at all income levels. Both those that have more capacity to spend are being more judicious, and then those that are more difficult economic circumstances are going to really watch their pennies this year.
So kind of a two-headed consumer here. When you talk about tariffs and inflation, some of those big issues impacting the economy nationally, certainly, and here in Indiana, much of an impact?
All of us that have been following this for a while feel like the impacts of tariffs have been lessened. Some of that has been absorbed by companies, but baked into the heads of consumers is the idea that prices are going to be higher. So I think consumers are going in with the expectation that prices are going to be up this year. Even some of the increase that's being predicted by the NRF is a dollar increase and not necessarily a unit increase in terms of what they expect to sell.
In terms of increases, you're seeing continued increase in online e-commerce, driven, I think, a lot by mobile. But you're saying most of the shopping is going to continue to be in the store?
Yes, so online has continued to grow. The real inflection point was the pandemic when we went a decade into the future, and we've stayed there. But still, the majority of shopping will take place in physical stores right here in central Indiana.
All right, so bottom line, John, as you look at it, I think nationally the prognosticators are saying so-so, not a bad holiday shopping season here in Indiana for retailers around the state.
I expect it to be good. The Indiana football team is doing quite well. The
Right.
Indiana basketball team is doing well. Purdue, last time I checked, was #1. We over-index for college apparel in terms of sales as gifts. And it's a great thing because they're an Indiana fan or a Purdue fan, right? So it's an easy gift.
Great point. John Talbott from the IU Kelley School of Business. As always, John, great perspective. Thanks for joining us.
Good to see you here. Thank
All
you.
right. Well, as mentioned earlier, Amazon has invested more than $31 billion in the state over the past 15 years, a lot of it in distribution centers. That has implications for consumers, says Amazon's Andre Woodson.
I think one of the things that people don't realize is that Amazon is able to support entrepreneurs, which are mainly small and medium-sized businesses, reach millions of customers across the globe, including the 5,500 Indiana businesses. And so it's really impactful that we're able to support those mom and pop shops.
Still ahead for you, the latest chapter in the data center saga in Indiana. Plus,
You got to set the tone as far as what expectations are and then divide the personal relationship to the long-time friendship.
I go one-on-one with Indy 500 winner Tony Kanaan and his new role as the leader of one of IndyCar's most successful teams.
The challenges are real.
Type 2 diabetes rising
Small
faster
businesses
among
need
women.
help.
Alzheimer's cases rising as population.
Solutions.
They said it'll never happen.
It's too hard.
Nothing will change.
Can't compete.
You'll never solve it.
And we said, watch us.
Buying or selling a home is too important to go it alone. Realtors are on your side when it matters most, as local housing experts with insight that goes deeper than a set of search results. With a strict code of ethics and higher professional standards to protect your interests. And with a commitment to Indiana, standing up for homeowners and taxpayers, supporting our economy, and working for stronger communities.
Indiana Realtors, the neighbors you know, the experts you trust, will find your way home.
Been a while. What have you been up to?
Oh,
Oh, I see it's not flossing. I just added some secret weapons to my toolkit. They help me drill down further, digging deeper than I ever could before. Into my business and personal finances with Lake City Bank Digital.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Now let's take care of that tooth.
Add sharper tools for your money with Lake City Bank Digital.
You are all set, Brian.
I'm Devin.
Here's what's making news around Indiana. Brought to you by the Indiana Association of Realtors. Indiana's 21,000 realtors. The neighbors you know, the experts you can count on.
Well, as the investment continues and the debate over data centers continues in communities around the state, 3 counties have pressed pause and enacted moratoriums. Putnam County passed its moratorium this month following the lead of Marshall and White counties. IBJ reporter Marek Mazurik says while each county has different reasons for its decision, common concerns include water usage, the loss of farmland, and what is perceived as the sometimes secretive nature of data center projects.
Sources I've spoke to have said that there's always a follow the leader aspect to these types of moratoriums. And so the fact that Putnam County just very recently passed one indicates that there could be more on the way. We've certainly seen that pattern emerge with wind and solar projects, which again are separate from data centers. But there's a lot of counties in Indiana that have passed wind and solar bans.
Check out Marek's full story examining data center moratoriums and what experts are saying at ibj.com. The Indiana Technology and Innovation Association is out with its policy priorities for the coming year. The organization says AI presents opportunities for the public and private sectors to improve their products and services. The organization is also focused on expanding access to the venture capital investment tax credit, investing in startups, and investing in STEM education. Lawmakers are set to return to the State House for the 2026 session on January 5th.
This program is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious hypersonic drone efforts to date.
To southern Indiana now, and Crane, where Kratos Defense and Security Solutions continues to make progress on its Indiana Payload Integration Facility at the Westgate Crane Technology Park. It is expected to be fully mission capable by the end of the year. The project price tag estimated at $50 million. The facility to focus on preparing experimental payloads as well as accelerating development of new and advanced weapons systems. Indy 500 champ Tony Kanaan, a key driver in pushing Indiana's multi-million-dollar motorsports industry forward. I recently sat down with him one-on-one with this IndyCar legend and fan favorite to get his take on everything racing, including his move to the business side of the sport as team principal for Arrow McLaren Racing.
Yeah, retire here and had no intention to really be doing this amount of work at this intensity. When I announced my retirement, I was involved with the team in a consultant role.
NTT IndyCar Series and on the streets of St. Petersburg, we are racing.
I'm loving it. I think we're building a great organization. It's one of probably the biggest challenges past my racing career. And then the responsibility of the fourth car, then we got to carry on, you know. So the only way I can win a 500 now, I depend on my 4 drivers.
Tony caught the racing bug from his dad as a kid growing up in Brazil. Antoine Kanaan passed away when Tony was just 13 years old, leaving the future Indy champion with a challenge.
Can you promise me a couple of things? I said, sure, Dad. What is it? He goes, well, if one day I'm not around anymore, can you take care of your mom and sister, but go in the Indy 500 for me? That stuck in my head, right? And that's when everything changed because I had to grow up much quicker. I was 13. My education, it's 8th grade. I stopped going to school at 8th grade because I had to work in racing to be able to race and also make a little bit of money to help Mom.
The 12th time is the charm at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Twin Checkers Way. TK has won the 2013 500.
So from 2002 to 2013, that's when my story really started it with the fans and this place. I think they found out about my story, but 12 years, I actually had finished 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. The race is 200 laps. I had led more than an entire race. If you combined all my laps led, I kept saying I hadn't led the right lap yet.
Look at Tony Kanaan as he has got a race car underneath him.
How much this place means to me is not just because I want to be a famous race car driver. So it's a great story. Funny to say that a Brazilian became a Hoosier.
A Hoosier indeed. Much more with Tony Kanaan, including his team's big investment to create a new state-of-the-art racing facility. That's on an upcoming December edition of the Business and Beyond podcast presented by PNC. And we've got a bit of a theme brewing in our next segment. It all has to do with giving young people the tools they need to succeed in life and in business. See how 913 Sports is introducing kids to cycling and problem solving and putting them on a path to success. And this Cyber Week, IBJ Media unleashing our best deal of the year. New subscribers save, get this, 50% on an annual subscription to IBJ and Inside Indiana Business. The offer goes live Monday, December 1 at ibj.com/cyberweek.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, invest in connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures.
Central Indiana is on the move, and the next big conversation is happening in Indianapolis. Join business and community leaders at Innovate Central Indiana, a powerful morning of ideas, innovation, and insight. Join us at the Westin in downtown Indy, December 11th. All part of our Innovate Indiana series presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate. Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick, coming to you this week from Northwest Indiana, Jeffersonville, Muncie, South Bend, in downtown Evansville, Terre Haute, Fort Wayne, Richmond, from one of the state's key entrepreneurial and innovation hubs, 16 Tech. Inside Indiana Business, Indiana's business news leader.
I'm going to tap it so that all those grounds fall into that.
Well, there's something brewing in Fishers that is helping young people learn life skills and find jobs. Business of Health reporter Kelley Valletta has the story from Hamilton County.
It's not what you'd expect to see inside a kids' therapy clinic.
Gingerbread latte. You want hot or cold?
A fully operational coffee shop.
Circle, circle, and then bring it close.
Open to any customer looking for a hot cup.
And go all the way around.
But a special mission is on this menu.
I'm a little bit nervous.
It's Avery's first day for hands-on training at the coffee shop. It's not just for clients at the clinic, but is open to any person with disabilities in the Fishers area thirsty for job skills.
She was so quiet, and since she's been here, her confidence, her sense of purpose, her joy, and her just sense of fulfillment and confidence has grown so much.
I like the people here because they're lovely and they're nice.
Starting around 18 years old, many people with disabilities face the cliff, a sudden loss of services after high school graduation. So Shelley King started a nonprofit called Team to help anyone age 14 through adulthood gain job skills.
Customer interactions, cleaning skills, assembly, budgeting, inventory skills.
And then how do we get 50 cents?
Things that can apply to any job. Daily life, it's called executive functioning skills. So really we're looking to teach them the confidence to apply it in any job that they go into.
And that's why it's called One Day Cafe. They're not meant to stay at the coffee shop.
Jenna?
It's only the training ground.
Possibilities of what's to come. One day I can be independent. One day I can be confident.
And that's why the coffee shop is looking for companies in the local community to provide employment opportunities.
Open-mindedness of what inclusion looks like. And it might not look like a traditional job. That can be a task-oriented skill that maybe if somebody says, gosh, I could really use somebody to help me with this task, reach out as a therapist. I can come in and say, here's some ideas.
A coffee shop making connections.
We put our cup under, press the double shot button. Nice.
The networking has been mesmerizing. I love the joy that it brings to families. I love the joy that it brings to other colleagues, other nonprofits that are cheering me on.
And now a special call for businesses to step forward.
Why do people have jobs? Yes, to make money and pay their bills.
Independence for a person like Avery can start with a job.
Because any little bit, no matter how small, can change one person's life.
Great story, Kelley. A reminder, the coffee shop just off I-69 and 96th Street is open to the public. Shelley King has big plans for the future. She's hoping to open a modified grocery store at the clinic for more training opportunities.
Time now for our Eye on Education, brought to you by PNC Bank.
You guys like riding bikes?
Well, young Hoosiers experiencing the joy and the health benefits of learning to ride on two wheels. Thanks to Indianapolis-based nonprofit 913 Sports. Founder and CEO of 913 Sports, Tom Hanley, was once an elite-level cyclist, a four-time national champion while racing at Marian University. Hanley's career was cut short after a tragic limo accident back in 2010, which is when he began building 913 Sports.
I was told I was lucky to be alive. I shouldn't be alive. I would never race my bike again. And my best friend was killed alongside me that day. And so I put the time as I was grieving and healing and resting and recovering and figuring out what life was going to look like now that my competitive career was behind me. Ultimately building the framework for what would become 913 Sports less than 2 years later. The bicycle is a way to be able to explore your community, escape your community. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care about your socioeconomic status. It doesn't care if you have access to transportation. It is this one thing you can do from when you're, 3 and 4 years old until the day you pass away. And you can't necessarily do that with basketball or football, nor is it as versatile. So to be able to connect the dots with the bicycle being this lifelong tool, we call it the ultimate equalizer, really has been this framework where we've been very privileged and fortunate to be able to translate that into an education-based curriculum across a variety of different programs here that serve 45,000 kids in 2025 here in Central Indiana.
An inspirational community leader. You can hear much more from Tom Hanley and his 913 Sports program on this week's edition of the Business and Beyond podcast. When we come back. Join us for a look at Indiana restaurants making waves in the world of Hawaiian cuisine.
Buying or selling a home is too important to go it alone. Realtors are on your side when it matters most, as local housing experts with insight that goes deeper than a set of search results. With a strict code of ethics and higher professional standards to protect your interests. And with a commitment to Indiana, standing up for homeowners and taxpayers, supporting our economy, and working for stronger communities.
Indiana Realtors, the neighbors you know, the experts you trust, will find your way home.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, invest in connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures.
Central Indiana is on the move, and the next big conversation is happening in Indianapolis. Join business and community leaders at Innovate Central Indiana, a powerful morning of ideas, innovation, and insight. Join us at the Westin in downtown Indy, December 11th. All part of our Innovate Indiana series presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate.
Challenges are real.
Type 2 diabetes rising
Small
faster
businesses
among
need help. Alzheimer's cases rising as population solutions.
They said it'll never happen.
It's too hard.
Nothing will change.
Can't compete.
You'll never solve it.
And we said, watch us.
Well, escaping to Hawaii looks pretty good about right now, doesn't it? But you don't have to travel the 4,300 miles that it takes to get there from Indiana to experience Hawaiian cuisine. Yelp's Brittany Smith with more in this month's Trendiana Report.
Thanks, Gary. Well, if you've been craving a little island escape now that the temperatures are dropping, know that you are not alone. Yelp's 2025 Food and Drink Trends Report shows that more and more folks are looking for the flavors of Hawaii. So for this month's Trendiana, we've rounded up a couple spots throughout the state where you can get these flavors in your backyard. And we're right here at Ali'i Poke in downtown Indianapolis, one of their 3 locations, to check out why folks love them so much for their poke bowls as well as their Hawaiian shaved ice. So let's go inside and check them out. I'm here with Jasmine, the owner of Ali'i Poke, the powerhouse behind all the locations. Jasmine, for those who maybe haven't had poke before, would you describe it as like deconstructed sushi, or how do you like to describe it? Poke?
I do, and I like to bring it up though first, because it is a Hawaiian dish, and it's sushi in a bowl kind of thing, and you can create it how you like. But the original poke is rice and fish with some like seasoning, like the marinade that they use for it, and that's pretty much it. But we in the US like to make it, on the mainland, like to add a little more to it to make it a full meal, right? And add toppings and things like that, and sauces to it. So
it's so simple and clean, and I love how healthy it is. And you're going to walk us through maybe making a bowl?
Sure,
Tell us
of
a little bit
course.
about some of the toppings.
Absolutely.
Let's kick one off.
All right, we'll go ahead and do that. So this is our normal popular size, which is a regular size, and that comes with 2 scoops of protein. We do have sushi rice, or we do have brown rice. We do have cooked options, which is octopus, shrimp, and spicy crab meat. We have salmon sashimi, marinated salmon, tuna sashimi, marinated tuna, and spicy tuna, which is our most popular by far. And then, of course, for people that have vegetarians or stuff like that, we do have tofu. And I'll give you some carrot, cucumbers, jalapenos.
Let's pick it up.
You got it. Then we'll do avocado and watermelon radish. Have you ever had those?
Yes.
Okay.
So that and the pickled ginger.
Yes. And did you know what sauces you were like today?
You want to walk us through? Because I feel like that's a big part of it.
So our most popular combination is a creamy miso and unagi, so it's sweet and savory. And some people like to throw a little spicy meat on there. So I call that the little trifecta. It's just a very savory, sweet, spicy little kick to it.
Let's do
Would
it.
you like
Yes,
to try
that sounds
that?
wonderful.
Awesome.
I love miso.
So we'll go ahead and put some creamy miso. And we make a lot of these sauces in-house too. So the creamy miso we make in-house. The spicy mayo we also make in-house.
This looks fabulous.
A full bowl. And hopefully it'll fill you up for lunch.
Customizable for everyone.
Yes, it is. You can
Thank you
customize
so
it
much.
any way you like.
That looks great. Thank you.
Awesome.
If you're looking for more Hawaiian flavors throughout the state of Indiana, top-rated spots to check out include Cow Cow Hawaiian Barbecue and Speedway, A to Z Cafe and Carmel, Poke River in Evansville. I'm Brittany Smith with Yelp. Thanks for joining us on this tour of Hawaiian eats throughout the state of Indiana. Back to you, Gary.
Great stuff. Thank you very much, Brittany. In next month's Trendiana Report, we take a bite out of Hoosier holiday treats. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Inside Indiana Business. Thanks for joining us this week. Happy Thanksgiving. Go out and make it a successful week.
Been a while. What have you been up to?
Oh,
Oh, I see it's not flossing. I just added some secret weapons to my toolkit. They help me drill down further, digging deeper than I ever could before. Into my business and personal finances with Lake City Bank Digital.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Now let's take care of that tooth.
Add sharper tools for your money with Lake City Bank Digital.
You are all set, Brian.
I'm Devin.
Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick, coming to you this week from Northwest Indiana, Jeffersonville, Muncie, South Bend, in downtown Evansville, Terre Haute, Fort Wayne, Richmond, from one of the state's key entrepreneurial and innovation hubs, 16 Tech. Inside Indiana Business, Indiana's business news leader.
We are bringing the power of this to this with a new IBJ Media app. For the first time ever, you'll be able to get the Indiana Lawyer, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indianapolis Business Journal all in one place wherever you go. All across the state of Indiana, IBJ Media provides the news you need to know, and we're doing it now directly to your phone. To be a part of this, you can find it on your favorite app store. Just search IBJ Media.